Hello and welcome, my dear grade 10 advanced math students, to my channel Mathematics Made Easy. This is Ms. Ruchika welcoming you to today's session. From today, we are starting for grade 10 advanced for the coming term 3 math exam from the EOT exam coverage FRQ revision. So today I have for you learning objective 1, where we do multiplication of polynomials using distributive law. So let's get started with the video and learn how we solve the questions. Towards the end of the video, I will be sharing with you the answer key of all the questions for each learning objective. So make sure you watch the video till the end. And if you find it useful, do share it with your friends and like, share and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section which topic you want me to cover next for the upcoming video. Okay, let's start the first FRQ for grade 10 advanced. Here the learning goal is to add, subtract and multiply polynomials. Now these questions 19 and 20 that you see on your screen are on multiplication. How do you know? Because it's written multiply. Also, whenever you have brackets, that means it is multiplication. Now usually there are two polynomials that you are multiplying. Now you have studied FOIL method, but that will not work here because FOIL method only used for two binomials. So let's use for multiplication distributive law or distributive property. Okay, we are going to use that. So what happens in that? Let's do 19 first. So here you have a binomial. How do you know it's a binomial? 1 and 2. And this one is a trinomial. 1, 2, 3. So many terms. So the first polynomial that you have, break it into parts, how many terms it has, and then do the distributive property. That's how we do it. So here it is a binomial two terms, so I'm going to break it into two parts, x and the second term minus y. So remember, if it is negative, take negative. If it is positive, take positive. So for example, if we do this also simultaneously, it has binomial two terms, so I break into parts, a and the next is plus b. Now the second term will be as it is, multiplied to each of the term of the first polynomial. So the first polynomial, which was a binomial here, had the term x. So I'm going to multiply it completely with the same trinomial. I write it like this. And then the second term, which is minus y, taking the sign also, I multiply with the same term. So I repeat this term two times. That's step one. Now we are ready to apply distributive property. So whenever it is distributive, remember you multiply term by term, one by one. There are three terms. So three times you are going to multiply, and that's why I make these arrows with my black pen. So let's see what we get. X multiplied with x square. So this is x to the power 1. When you have the same base, different power, the power gets added. So 1 plus 2 will give you x3. So 1x gets multiplied to 2x. So total there are 3x. It's like that. Then the same sign plus 2 times x with x gives you x square. Then you have y to the power 1, and finally last term xy square. So this is what you get from the first bracket after you apply distribute. Now let's see the second one. Here there is a negative sign, so we have to be very careful when we are opening the bracket, doing the distributive property and multiplying, doing the multiplication one by one each term. We have to be careful of this negative sign. So inside all signs are positive. All three terms will get negative sign after the bracket opens. So minus y x square minus 2xy square. Now why this becomes y2? Because there's already one y here, one outside. Both gets multiplied. Same base y, power gets added. 1 plus 1 is 2. Similarly, last is power 4. Why power 4? Because 1 and 3 gets multiplied. Now let's see if there are any like terms that we can combine. X to the power 3, does it have any like term? No, nothing. 2x square y1, does it have a like term? Let's see. No, so this is also alone. What about xy square? Yes, it has a like term. If you see carefully, this one. So xy square and minus 2xy square, negative sign, so it will become negative xy square. These two are combined. We don't, we have one more like term, which is this and this. So you must be wondering why they are like term. See, here x square is written first, y is written next. Here y is written first, x is written later, but order is not important. Just look at the power. What is the power of x here? 2. Is the power of x here 2? Yes. Is the power of y here 1? Y the power 1 here? Yes. And 1 is positive, 1 is negative. So we will subtract and we are left with x square y. Let's write the terms which were alone. So x cube, then this one I already combined. So now I will write the final answer. So if we just arrange and make it in standard form, this will become x3 plus x square y minus xy square minus y to the power. So this is my final answer. Okay, let's do the next one. Here a and b are two terms. We break it in two parts and write the second term as it is. Same method I'm using. Again, I will be using distributive property. And now I will multiply one by one the terms. Make the arrows, do the multiplication. So this becomes a to the power 4 minus 3a square b minus ab square plus a cube b. Now I'm just changing the order here for the terms when I'm doing the distributive and multiplying, because I want to write a first and b second. Okay, order will not change your answer. So 3ab square minus b cube. Now let's see if we have like terms. Yes, we have some like terms. We can combine these two together. So when we give the final answer, first and last term is alone. They don't have anything common. And similarly, minus 3a square b and a cube b are alone. When I combine negative with negative, they will get added with the negative sign. So 4ab square. So this is going to be my final answer. And here b cube had negative. So let me just change the sign. So yes, this is going to be my final answer. Now some of you will be asking me, can we change the order of the terms? Yes, you can. It will not change your answer because a and b are just like variables here. Okay, so this is how you do the multiplication using distributive law. Now, for these two questions also, you have to use the same method, multiplication by distributive property. The only thing that the answer will be a little long for this, because if you see, this has more terms. Like this is 3 terms, it's a trinomial. This also 3 terms, it's a trinomial. So it will break into more parts. So you can break it in this way, 3 parts. 3 parts, why? Because this has 3 terms. So x cube minus 3x square and 1. Okay, I write it with gaps because the second term is going to be same. So 2x square minus x plus 2. Similarly here 2x square minus x plus 2. Similarly here 2x square minus x plus 2. Now just do the distributive, each term multiply one by one. And this is 1 multiplied with this, so it will be the same term. Huh? So I will just copy. Now when we do distributive here, again we will use the fact that when the same base and different power, the power gets added. So the first term will be 2x, 3 plus 2, 5. This will be x to the power 4. And while we do this multiplication, we have to be very, very careful of the sign, not to make a calculation mistake. Now this has negative, so inside all the terms will change the sign. 3 with 2 is 6. X2 with x2, power gets added, x4, negative negative becomes positive, and like that we get the final step. Now this term already had the same sign, so I'm just making positive. Now it uh, remains to just collect the like terms. Do we have any term for power 5? No. And now we have to give answer in standard form. So after 5 we will get the fourth power. Fourth power is coming from here. It also has a like term here, so I can combine these two. Negative negative will give this term. This is power 3, power 3, again they will combine. So 2 plus 3, 5x3. These are power 2, they will combine, minus 4x square, then power 1, then finally 0. So this is the final answer in standard form. In a similar way, you can do question 26. I will provide you the final answer for that question also just now. So for this question, let me change color. Yeah, for answer for 26, if you see, this is the big term. One, two, three, four terms. This is small one. So I would advise you, just to make the question easier, let's write the small term first and then open the big term, because it will be easier. See, if we take the big term first, we have to break into four parts. But if we take this term here, because both, if we change the order, are same. So let's take 3x and break it in two parts only. So this one remains same. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Even if you would have broken into four parts, it would be right. Answer will be the same. But if you just break it in this way, your answer will be shorter. It will take less time, and hopefully you will not do any calculation mistake. Okay, so now we go for distributive. We'll get four terms from here, and this is just a negative sign. So the easier part to solve is this, because it is just -1. So inside, all the terms will change sign. So can I say this will become minus 4x5 minus x cube plus and minus. So what did I do? I changed the sign from positive to negative and negative to positive. Now let's see this. This way the question becomes easier and shorter, definitely. So 4 with 3 is 12, x to the power 1 with this is x to the power 6. Then next term is 3, x to the power 4, 7 3s are 21, x to the power 3, and 6x. I hope this is fine. Now let's give our answer in standard form and collect the like term. Maximum power is 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, and finally the number. So for 12x6, I don't have any like term. I write it like this. For 4x5 also no like term. For 3x4 also no like term, but for power 3 I have like term. So this minus 21x cube and minus x cube will combine, it will give minus 22x cube. Then for power 2 I just have this one term, so 7x square. Next is 6x minus 2. So this will be the final answer. 12x6 minus 4x5 plus 3x4 plus, sorry, minus 22x cube plus 7x square plus 6x minus 2. Now remember, always give your answer in standard form, that is decreasing power. So maximum power first and the number in the end. So this completes the first learning objective. Let's now move in the next slide to LO2 FRQ. So as promised, I now provide you the answer key for all the four questions which are there for learning objective 1. Now just want to point out one thing. When I solved for you the first question, which was 19, then by mistake I wrote the last term as y3 instead of y2. So there is a correction. The last term has to be this, minus y cube. So final answer for answer 19 is this. For 20, the answer is this. For 21, it is this. And for 26, it is this. This is actually 25. So this completes the answer key for learning objective 1.